Hello everyone, welcome back to Preston's Travel Moments. This is part 4 of our New York City series. So follow along as I spend my 4th full day in New York City and see what all I get into today. It's gonna be fun, let's go. The first place I visited today was St. Patrick's Cathedral, located in Midtown Manhattan. Construction began on the cathedral in 1858 and finished in the early 1900s. This is the largest Gothic Revival cathedral in North America. The church itself has many beautiful architectural features, including the 2 tall, towering spires in the front, as well as the big, beautiful rose window. When I was in Europe, one of my favorite things to do was to get to tour really old and beautiful churches just like this one, whether they were Romanesque in style or Gothic like this one. I ended up taking an audio tour of the cathedral, which I must admit was a little disappointing. The tour itself focused a lot more on the relics and the items that were housed in the church rather than the architecture itself. Because I'm not Catholic, I didn't really gain a whole lot from the knowledge I learned about the different altars, the relics, and the different saints that are honored in the cathedral. But I still really enjoyed getting to walk around and admire the beautiful and unique architecture that we don't get to see every day here in America. From there, I made my way back to Times Square for a quick bite of lunch before an afternoon and evening at the theater. While walking through Times Square, I looked up and noticed that they were testing the ball out, getting everything ready for the ball drop tomorrow, and more on that coming in the next vlog. After a nice lunch at the Playwright Pub, I made my way over to the Majestic Theater to see the Phantom of the Opera. So like I mentioned in my last vlog, the Phantom of the Opera is the longest running musical in Broadway history. Late last year, it celebrated its 35th anniversary on Broadway. Because I love Phantom of the Opera, it was a no-brainer that I had to go see it while I was in New York. And sadly, the Phantom of the Opera is set to close in April of 2023. So I was running out of time to being able to go see it. After Phantom, I made my way back to Times Square to try to find some dinner and also to just kill some time before my next show. While I was in Times Square, I got to watch a lot of rehearsals for the big New Year's Eve special happening the very next night. And I also got to see Jonathan Bennett, the famous actor, practicing and getting ready for the big night. After a quesadilla dinner at Dos Caminos, I walked a couple blocks over to the August Wilson Theater to see Funny Girl. Now, Funny Girl may be a musical that's unfamiliar to a lot of you, so let me explain. Funny Girl follows the story of Fanny Brice and her rise to stardom. This musical includes songs that you may or may not know, such as I'm the Greatest Star and Don't Rain on My Parade. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to see this musical in particular is because it's a revival. It's not a new musical, and it stars one of my favorite actresses, Leah Michele, who, if you haven't heard her sing, she's incredible. Now, unfortunately, the night that I was there, she was out sick, but her alternate, Julie Benko, went on and did an incredible job, and I actually got to meet her at the end of the show.
Who told you you're allowed to rain on my parade? How much further I'll be my drum and even better. Return and at least I didn't fake it.
So how was Funny Girl? It's not one of my new favorite musicals of all time, but I did really enjoy it. The acting was really good, the singing was really good, and overall I enjoyed the story. Just didn't do a whole lot for me from a story standpoint. However, I'm still really glad I went, although it was a bummer not to get to see Leah Michele. That is going to do it for this episode of the vlog. Thank you guys again so much, as always, for coming along and watching this with me. Be sure to like and subscribe. That way you don't miss a single video that I post, because we still have a few more adventures left in New York City. So until next time, see ya!